So hey guys, do you know what time it is? It's story time. So some people that watch my channel, oh, bumpy road. Some people that watch my channel are well aware that I used to do towing. And it's like, this is up in Wyoming. Did this for like about 5 years. And a lot of good stories and memories came out of doing this. This one's gonna be a bit, which I guess you consider graphic. I laugh at it because I'm insensitive now doing towing for so many years. Like, I've seen so many things. It's like, oh, guts, whatever. But there's this guy that went missing, and there was a police report, and he was, you know, filed and everything, and he'd been missing at this point for about a week. 2 weeks after he went missing, we get a call. I hate the rumble strips of construction zones, but we get a call saying, hey, there's this vehicle up on the mountain. Can you go grab it? They told us just to be prepared for smells, but that was a normal part of the job. So I and my buddy didn't think of anything about it, and you know, we went up there. This guy was a suicide. And when I say it was a suicide, I need to add some details in there because that doesn't explain it well enough. And I'm all about painting the picture. This guy filled up his truck, like duct tape, sealed up all his vents, all the windows, any gap he could find, he sealed it up. And then he ran a garden hose from exhaust into the one vent he left alone and sealed around it. And when he parked, he just turned the truck on and left it running. So he decided to pick probably the most painful and slow way to go that you can do to yourself. Now, I'm not exactly sure, because I heard the cops were up there the sheriff's doing their job up there for like almost 60 hours. And they didn't, like, they pretty much left everything alone. So when I estimate is he'd been like that for 10 days. Estimate. I have seen a lot of guts, a lot of brains, a lot of blood. There's one thing I haven't seen very much of, and that's a maggot-infested vehicle. And when I say maggots, okay, we're 400 feet away walking up to it. It's on like a little narrow like trail, and we want to assess the situation when we get in there. 400 feet away, our noses start picking up on something. Doors are all closed. It's also very, very fresh outside. Wyoming is very clean air. It's like 98% pure air. Like, it is if I remember right, it is the purest air in the country. That's how clean that air is. It is the fresh of the fresh. And we're able to start smelling it. And as we get closer, about halfway there from where we started, we look at each other and we're like, we just give each other that look. So we know this is about to get very, very interesting. And my buddy with me is the one with the weakest stomach. Like he's been doing it longer, but like a strong enough fart can make him gag. It's like, so this is gonna get interesting. And we get it. We walk up to the window. Before we even know, we look in. We're like, oh, that's when we see them. They're everywhere. The body's out at this point, but there is yellow maggots everywhere. And I mean everywhere. I would easily guess there's like over 5,000. This little fucking like Nissan. What the Datsun little pickup size, whatever that like 90s 80s Datsun pickup was, like a little, like the old Ford Ranger. There you go. That's like the perfect size. That little thing had a topper and everything, and it had the extended cabs, had the little back. I was like an estimate of like, I could easily guess 5,000, you know, and I'm probably wrong. There's probably much more. So nobody told us there was gonna be a lot of bugs. So we're just in our it's middle of summer, so we're in our old like jeans and t-shirt, boots on. Luckily we always have gloves, but nobody told us that we might want to bring a mask or, you know, coverall. So we open the door and we just look at each other and we open it. We're like, who's getting in there? Because the gear shift works, and like we don't well, yeah, pretty much you gotta tow each vehicle. Like it's gonna be, you know, fixed up, resold, burned in a fire or whatever, you know, purge the heresy, you know, burn the unclean. For any Warhammer fans out there, there you go, heretics, you know. But yeah, I ended up getting in there because the key's over there, fucking his eyes are just watering. I'm like, all right, fine, let's get in there. I quickly get in there, and I'm not happy about it. I'm like doing my best to not touch any of these maggots, and that's like impossible at this point. Put it in neutral. I come out, there's maggots on me. I'm like, look what you did. Here, flick one at him, and he's just done. He's over there running through the truck. But so he hooks it up. And he starts up pulling it. We're pulling up on a slide back. We're not even gonna fucking get under this fucker, because that's like, I don't want to crawl under there at all. Nice, dude. Get in front of me, 72, and I'm going 70. Nice, nice. And then give me no room. Gets over like 42 feet. But so we get into the yard. You know, it's only like a 20-minute drive from the mountain to the yard. So we get into the yard. This is like a one-man tow company at this point. It's like a pretty much a very small company. We put it in the very back, furthest back corner of the lot we can, the yard. Insurance calls it, and then we forget about it. We just put the keys away in one spot and we forget about it. Well, the insurance guy calls us like 2 or 3 days later, and we're like, yeah, we end up telling this insurance guy, is like, if you're gonna have a look at this car and I'll actually look in it, bring coveralls and a mask. I don't think he was told it was a suicide and how long it was up there. He just knew that it had a smell, but that was about it. He gets there like later that afternoon, right? 'Cause he's a local guy. He gets there later that afternoon, and same thing, except within 300 feet, this guy's like, I'm not even gonna look at this thing. I'm totaling this thing. I'm totaling it, and that was the quickest insurance total I've ever seen. Especially because if you look at it, there's no damage. It's just the smell. He totaled it alone off the smell. And then once he actually got, you know, took him like an hour to like get up the courage to go look inside it. He just didn't open the door. He looked inside. It's like, yeah, there's no fixing this. Like, can you imagine? Like, you probably could if you wanted to spend the money to fumigate it, and then you had to probably take the panels off, make sure you get all the bugs out, but because they're all underneath the carpet, they're in the seats. God, I mean, I have more towing stories, but this one, that was probably the most memorable one. And I have ones that involve like hot blondes with dumb dudes that get lost off-roading, and we got to go rescue them. I have ones involving rollovers where, you know, the jump distance from bumper to bumper was actually impressive, like involving 17 feet. So that means that dude was moving. And then I have ones like let's see here. Well, there's another one you'll never forget. Like, if you ever smell a burning body, you'll never forget that one. And then I had the basic ones like you know, like my town, a lot of the accidents, like stupid amount of accidents happen literally right in front of the hospital, like right in front of the hospital ER doors, like less than 200 feet. And we've had to go clean those ones up, and then at least, you know, instant like emergency response is, you know, you hear that big bang, you look inside, you go, oh, come on, send help out, you know, you have that. But hey, if you guys want to hear more of these stories, let me know. I'll gladly share them. I like talking about them. Those towing days were probably some of my best working days, and they were definitely memorable. Sometimes the job sucked, but I do miss it. I could easily go home and get a job doing it. So, but hey, you guys stay safe out there. Catch you next time. Bye.